Get those motion shots, or maybe a little bit of interior. Got your actors, your people, whomever inside the car, but you don't want a whole lot of the shaking, and frankly you don't want to be holding on with your arm because it gets tiring. You got to take your arm and your hand off the steering wheel. Not good. Well, I got a couple of rigs here that might be able to help you out. Might be able to give you what you might need depending on the kind of shot that you're using with your car. Now the first rig I wanted to show you is a simple base plate used for mounting your camera safely and securely on your dashboard. For that, all you're going to need is a board, a recessed hole drilled in so that you can put your mounting bolt in, and a couple of rubber feet, maybe some black paint, help keep down the glare from the windshield. Simple, functional, a little sexy, it'll work great. Now, since I wanted to have my camera mount on the center of my dash, I measured out a space approximately 10 inches and then cut the board to size. Now, with this car, it happens to be a Chrysler 300M, the dash has kind of a rise in it right here over the clock bezel and the HVAC system. So I took that into account when I decided to go and buy the rubber feet that I used to mount on the underside of the board. Now I made the width of the board just wide enough that if I want to secure it with bean bags for additional support, I can do that. So here I took the measurements, cut the board to size, and notched out the corners and slightly rounded the edges. I also drew a center line down the middle, put a little arrow pointing forward so that I knew which way my orientation was going to be. Drilled the hole, and on the back side, as I noted before, recessed the bolt in and selected the proper size rubber footing so that I can get over that hump in the middle of the dashboard. Now here is that base plate in use. I decided to throw my camera on the plate and throw the plate on the dash and get a little video of my 75-mile long commute. Oh joy. But as you can see, it's nice and steady, even sped up 25 times. It's a great platform. Then of course those shots that call for high drama, cool action, where the car has its own point of view, what you're going to want to do is come up with a rig such as this. I got this idea from something I found on Vimeo, modified it slightly for my purposes. A shot low to the ground like this adds some real drama to your scene. If you want to ramp up the drama even more, just speed up your shot about 30-40%, whatever. You can do more by tilting the angle of the camera up or down, however you want, and that'll add even more punch to your shot. I went to the hardware store and got the proper pieces of angled steel that I was going to need. I measured the distance between the mounting bolts, transferred that measurement to the first piece of steel. Now since this was already pre-drilled, it was real easy to line up the holes for the mounting bolt and for the L bracket. I secured it all together, bolts, nuts, washers, and then I got a nice sturdy platform. I was able to attach it to the front of the license plate holder. Now with this rig, since a license plate is pretty universal, you can mount it to the back and get a real cool shot of anything coming up behind your car, as evidenced by this. I've got it mounted to the back of it. Oh, hey, that's nice. Hey, thanks guys. Alright, this is better. This is from my spy movie homage test film thing that I'm working on. And you can see, you can get a pretty dramatic shot with this. So there you go. I hope that you're able to take what I've done here, modify it for your own use, and hopefully come up with something that'll work for you. Because I tell you what, when you got a car involved in your video, there is nothing better than a good motion shot, a good point of view, a little bit of interior, whatever works to help tell your story. And hopefully these rigs for your camera will help you do just that.